Hey kids, sit up and pay attention. It's time for Retrorific.
Hello everybody, how are you all doing?
Welcome back
Very well, you say?
Yes.
Fuck you.
Welcome back to Retrorific.
It's been a good day. It's been a good
has.
day indeed. It's not. But that's beside the point.
It's been a long day for me. We've just watched
The day
The Earth
stood.
Still.
Yeah, you forgot the name for a second there, didn't you?
The 1951 version, not the new one with Keanu Reeves.
Going
Whoa.
a lot.
Yeah. Well, I'd already seen it before.
I'd never seen
James
it.
hadn't, so what did you think of it, James?
I thought it was fucking marvellous, I did. Excellent political allegory, excellent religious allegory.
Yeah.
Possibly the funniest smoking joke that I've ever seen.
Yes.
That's really subtly put in there.
I've never picked up on this, but James pointed it out. Would you like to tell the boys and girls at home?
Basically, there's a short scene. I feel like I'm giving a presentation. There's a short scene where basically, he says the lifespan is like 140 where he's from. He says he's handing someone a cigarette.
Yeah.
Like, must be down to the medicine.
This is doctors smoking, by the way.
Yeah.
And they go, yeah, their medicine's that much more advanced than ours. I've always adored this film. It's so good. It's just the ultimate, 1950s B-movie science fiction film.
It distills formula absolutely amazingly. It doesn't.
And that music!
Yeah.
Classic
music sets it up.
1950s theremin music. So good.
One thing I do love is how it
doesn't.
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't explain too much about the science behind it, which is something that science fiction films way too often do. There's scenes, but it's left vague enough. It uses vague enough terms to not go overboard on it. You look at the Cold War message. It's a message which a lot of people were having at the time. Makes you think it's rather dodgy that it actually got released because. Films are being banned for that kind of message. Come together in peace. It's for the best. It just creates a brilliant sense of paranoia that there was at the time. When you watch it, you can see the paranoia that was surrounding America. The whole world, really.
I love the fact that, as well, the alien main character, Klaatu, basically he figures out quite early on that he's not going to get an audience with all the world leaders.
Yeah.
So he goes. He
settles with the scientists.
He goes screw politicians and brings his message straight to the scientists, which is quite nice. I like that.
There's no reaction either, which I absolutely adore in kind of like a message movie. He's given message movie really sums up what this is.
Oh yeah, because the last thing in the film is him delivering his message to the world.
I mean, the whole film is basically trying to deliver a message.
Yeah.
His message. At the end of the day, sums up the message the film was trying to give for people who weren't smart enough to catch on the entire fucking time. But the fact that there's no reaction that you ask yourself adds a bit more suspense to it. I think
that's one of the things that I think the remake did wrong. Of course, you haven't seen it, but in the remake. In this film, the whole film kind of builds up to his final speech, and he has the last words. He delivers his message, and then he leaves, and that's the end of the film. Whereas in the new version, he kind of delivers his message throughout the film, and then it ends in an action set piece, which is so wrong.
Yeah, but it's a different audience.
It is a different audience, but I mean, I wouldn't. Again, it's the same as with the Terminator sequels and with all of those other things. I wouldn't mind if it was an original story.
Yeah.
But when you're remaking something this classic and you do something that's that different and it doesn't work, then I'm sorry, but I don't think it's a successful remake.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's. I don't know. There's so many things that I really truly loved about this film. And things that I didn't love about it were occasionally it does try to be an action movie. There's scenes which are meant to be very physical. Like there's a car chase which is possibly the worst car chase I've ever seen in my life.
You have to remember the audience it was playing to, though. This is exactly the kind of film that would have been playing at drive-in cinemas. It's a B movie. It's going to attract the teenagers and the. Oh, for fuck's sake! Stop touching the cable. It's gonna.
Sorry, I just got electrocuted. Whoa.
It's a B movie, it's going to attract the kind of B movie crowd. So And what I like about it is, I was thinking about this watching the film. I almost want to say that it dumbs down the message, but it doesn't dumb down the message so much. Fuck, I can't talk. So much as make it accessible.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Like
Definitely.
there's a very kind of complex science fiction movie, but they explain everything in simple enough terms that the B-movie audience will get it.
It's beautifully shot as well.
Because the black and white thing, black and white films can't help but look beautiful.
Yeah.
Like there's the first scene where he shows up in the house, and you've got the TV in the background talking about the mysterious spaceman, and suddenly he appears in the doorway just as a silhouette.
Yeah. But the
It's
thing is, that
amazing
silhouette does look
moment.
so unnatural as well.
Yeah, it looks really
There's
creepy.
something really strange about it. His head's kind of square against the back. Like,
Yeah.
it's absolutely fantastic. And the way it breaks into normality again as well. You know, it kind of reminds me, those scenes of another black and white movie, Inspector Calls. You know, obviously
yes.
very famous play.
You've told me about it before. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. The sorry, I just realised I've seen a play that you haven't. This never happens. It's actually a sign of the apocalypse. Yeah, it's just the way that there's this just group suspicion. Yeah, and I don't know why, but that always works better in black and white.
I like the fact that you mentioned that the film is very. It's got a big scale. You know, that it
absolutely.
feels global. But at the same time, when you really watch it, there's only a few shots of other countries around the world. There's very little, you know, sort of military involvement. It reminds me a lot of...
It's a very personal story.
Exactly.
In a lot of ways.
It reminds me of the reasons, and there are a lot of reasons I don't like the film I'm about to mention, but it reminds me of the reasons that I do love Signs. Because that is a film about aliens coming to Earth, but the story isn't told from the point of view of the military or the government. It's told from the point of view of one family.
Yeah.
Seeing all of this happen around them. It keeps reminding you, but it doesn't...
How much is at stake?
It keeps reminding you, but it doesn't shove it in your face, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Which a lot of films could learn from. Yeah.
Like the remake.
There's a brilliant expression on Klaatu's face right at the beginning, just after he's spoken to a politician. He just walks out the door, you hear the door lock, and there's just this really look of like, who the fuck are these people? What the fuck do they think they're trying to do? You know, there's just this, at the same time, there's this cheeky, it is
almost cheeky, yeah.
But
I'll give you
still,
that.
he's got that cheeky smile, but that sorrowful look in his eyes. And
It
that's
sums
very
up the
hard to,
character so perfectly.
Yeah, it's
Of
so
like,
hard to communicate that
he's
kind
so
of expression.
he's so sort of smug, like smug in the way that I know better than these foolish Earthlings, but at the same time really sad because he doesn't want to see an intelligent race disappear.
At the end of the day, a lot of films and a lot of directors can look back to the old days in the 1950s and go, alright, so wait a second, where's all the CG?
We haven't talked about the spaceship.
Spaceship looks awesome.
Best-
even today.
Best spaceship
Even
design.
today.
Well, again, it's not special effects. They just built a spaceship to film.
As you do.
And, well, I mean, they built half the spaceship because they only shoot it from one side. Anyway.
Yeah. Let's not get into semantics here.
But it just looks like a perfectly smooth, shiny disc, and then this ramp kind of comes out
The
the
ramp is
side, and the whole
fantastic.
top of the ship splits open.
Yeah.
Just looks amazing.
The internals are quite nice as well.
Yeah,
It's
the
just
internal's really cool.
nice, simple. You know,
It's all lighting, isn't
gore
it?
is a beautiful design. You know, there's just something. At the end of the day, you know full well that as soon as he steps out, you know he's a tool. That isn't a sentient being. That isn't anything with any concept of emotion or anything like that.
Yeah.
That is a cold blunt tool. Like we would use a hammer, they use one of those.
Yeah. I don't know how much to say about it. It's just a really good film. It's a bit cheesy in places, but you know it would be because it's a 50s B movie. But the acting's great.
Yeah.
The message is
Something
very
that should be heeded today. More
very
often.
well done as well. You know, it doesn't contradict itself only a little bit. It is a little bit of like, you know, stop being violent or we will blow you up kind of thing, which is a bit, but you know, it gets the point across. Really cool design, really cool music. Just There's nothing not to love about it.
Exactly. If you haven't seen it, then why are you watching us?
Gotta watch it. Yes. In summary, watch The Day the Earth Stood Still. Not the remake, the original.
Which one?
The original.
Sure.
1951 version. Not the one with Keanu
2009
Reeves.
version?
Not,
Whoa!
Not 2008.
Was
Get it right.
It said 2009 on YouTube.
Did it?
Yeah.
Shut up. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Last two. Barada. Nikto.